You've arrived at the Texas to Tennessee podcast, your home for your favorite independent artists and a couple of guys you've never heard of.
Who?
It was Texas, it was Tennessee. It was what I had coming to me. You were unlike anything.
What is up?
We're live.
Hey,
We're alive. How's it feel? Welcome to the Texas to Tennessee podcast, guys.
thank
What's
you. Thank you
up?
very much.
I'm pretty excited. These are my homies. I feel like we've seen each other at a few states at this point. Welcome to one for the road with us, guys. We got Joe and Zach with us tonight representing.
Yeah.
Half of the
Thank
road.
you guys so much for having us.
Yeah, Zach, I think I ran into you in like Georgia that one time, wasn't it? Or I can't even remember. It was the
Well,
Comancheros shirt, I think, that brought us all together. It's like a universal sign of peace.
Yeah, we played a bunch with the Comancheros, so probably Toonies or something, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, were you at the Georgia Country Music Fest a couple of years ago?
Yeah, we done that
Yeah,
on the day Cody Jinks was headlining. That was fun.
yeah. Yeah, that was a good time down there. Have you guys been back there since?
No,
I don't think they've had that
no, we
festival
haven't.
again. Really?
No, we haven't seen it again. But no, that was a good one.
Dang it.
I
Don't they
tell you
always be
who
doing
I got
that?
to see the first time that we were while we were there. That's the first time I got to see the Vagabonds.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, dude, they were killer live, man. I was impressed.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Well, Soul Gravy, our flagship leader over here, always does he kind of leads with a icebreaker question, and I think it's a good one. So I'm gonna continue the tradition here. So guys, when it comes to music, I think we all there's like really three main pieces of the pie, right? So there's the artistry and like the music itself, and then there's kind of the business end to it and like putting yourself out there, and then there's kind of a third, almost its own little piece, which is the social media / marketing part. Where do you guys find is like home for you, and where do you find is like your worst enemy part, or are you a little bit of all of them, or how does the one for the road pie look?
You most definitely have to learn how to balance it all. You know, there's a lot of Joe has his jobs within the band. I have mine. You know, and the rest of the guys have theirs. And if it's easier on the load if everybody's working. You know, and so it's nice to have guys that pull their part. And I I have to wear so many heads. I don't even know what to call me anymore. So, and I think you understand that, and a lot of other people they understand that, you know. But it can be challenging on the social media end because you're never ending having to every day, you know. But that gets easier if you just keep being continuous, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're really blessed in the fact that we've got 4 guys, and a couple of them are younger, and they know the social media aspect and know how to run that kind of stuff. Zach's really good at being personal and being the front man, leader, talking to everybody, handles a lot of the booking. I try to help him a little bit where I can. And then I'm on the back end handling a lot of the business side, like you were talking about, taxes, making sure checks are written. People are paid here and there for various different things. So that's a good thing about being a band is we can split it all up.
Yeah, that's a really good point of just, it's hard. Listen, I learned that lesson a long, hard way is just bands are tough, man. It's like a 5-way relationship, and then that 5 ways has 5 more ways amongst
Right,
themselves.
right.
It's like an interwoven thing. It takes a lot to keep, even great guys that all have, or girls that all have similar mindsets, all getting along at one time is hard. And you guys have been at it for a while too. When did you get
Yeah.
started? When was your official launch?
You can tell, Joe.
Oh, okay. Well,
He's like,
we-
What do you
"Two."
think? 20,
yeah,
20,
That was an official, not it.
Well, yeah, 2021 on New Year's Day, I had messaged Zach and told him I was looking for a band that I would like to get into. You know, I've seen him singing on Facebook with a couple of his friends, and I really liked his voice. I had come out of a Southern rock country band myself, you know, and he was singing a lot of songs I already knew and a lot of songs that I wanted to try that I hadn't tried yet, and hit him up, and he was one of the very few people that I had sent messages out to who responded. You know, so we kind of set things up after the holidays there to hold a first practice, and it went really good. I mean, the sounds, the music, the instruments, the voices, everything kind of blended together. And then over time, you know, the band grew. We had some members who left, couldn't stay for various reasons or whatnot, and baby brother come along. Zach, you want to talk about him?
Do I have
Jathan?
to?
Fill us in. We need the tea. Come on, Zach.
I know he was what, 14 when we
He was
he
young.
started playing
Yeah.
with us.
We couldn't find a
And
bass
now
player.
he is.
Yeah.
I couldn't find.
I
Well,
love it.
you find one, you know. We had one guy pull up, and I don't know how you get that vibe. You're like, I don't know if this guy right here suits the bill. He talking about, you know. And I remember Chris being scared to death. Our Chris Webb, he founded the band with us too. I had met him at a guitar shop, and that's kind of how the One for the Road come in. Jathan came in. I met Chris, and that's how we come together. And thank God we got Jathan. He's a phenomenal bass player. I don't say that because he's my
That's
brother,
rock.
but
That's rock and roll. Honestly, that's the story of so many
yeah,
rock and roll things.
yeah. I mean, he had messaged me. I walked into the guitar shop and met Chris, and Chris stayed with us for about 4 years, 3.5, and he took choice to do more, go full time, more with his job, and as I know, he's doing great. I talk to him frequently, and um, so it was cool. We come together as a bunch of misfits, you know, and it's built into this. James stepped in with us. Um, he stepped in with us and helped us keep going after Chris left. And so we've been blessed to have a good crew that works hard and that cares about the music,
Yeah,
and we're blessed, that's for sure. So
yeah.
almost
Is
5
there?
years now.
Yeah, almost 5 years, and you guys kind of escaped. Well, yeah, nobody escaped. That's it. I take that back already. You kind of like maybe launched after COVID, which knocked the like
Mhm.
knees right out from under so many folks. Did you guys feel like that made it easier or harder to like kind of just start in the aftermath of COVID instead of like restarting after COVID?
I guess maybe. You know, I feel like a lot of guys were restarting when we started, or you know,
Uh-huh.
they were trying to get riled back up, and get on shows. So I think it kind of made it a little easier for us to get into the scene because the scene kind of like slow, you know, kind of like died down for for a minute there, and that's whenever I was doing a lot of just acoustic stuff, um,
Yeah.
and that time, and then when Joe came around, I mean, I think that's kind of when it started to pick up. So it kind of gave us the opportunity to kind of move in and get an opening slot here and there, you know, because
Mhm.
everybody was just kind of working with, and it's been nice. I mean, I think it was a good time for us, and
Yeah.
man, and it was hard to compete with all of the great music that came out of the COVID era, you know.
Yeah, that's a
And
really
most
good
some
point
banger
too. I didn't
records
think about
come
it like
out after
that.
that, you know, and you're like, all right, well, time to write some good ones because we're going to have to, you know. There was a
Well,
lot of
probably
good
what happened
records coming out that time.
during that whole COVID time, people were sitting and writing and coming up with good
Yeah.
ideas, I would imagine. And then after
Yeah.
we come out,
So,
2021 there, when we come out of the winter months, things were starting to pick back up. People were tired of being stuck in the house, and the restrictions had started to be lifted. And so we were able to get some shows. here and there,
Yeah.
which was really good. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you guys, speaking of like the writing stuff, do you all have a hand in writing, or is it kind of one of you is the main writer? How do you guys kind of handle that as a band?
Me and Joe are, I guess you can say, like the main lyric. We are the main lyrics, lyricists. Um, and then we'll bring things to James and Jathan at rehearsal, or send them through text memo, voice memos and stuff. So we're always cooking on things, and
Mm-hmm.
it's one of my favorite things about being in the band is having a creative bunch.
Yeah.
And it's just everybody has such cool different vibes to them. So
Yeah, everybody definitely has their own strength. Like Zach was saying, he and I usually come up with an idea or some lyrics, and then Jathan will create ending parts, beginning parts. James has taken a song that was regular 4/4 time before as our drummer and changed it into a Cajun Louisiana ragtime type beat, to
swing.
make it sound different. So I mean, we're all talented in different respects, and we bring all that together to hopefully put out something that people like and enjoy.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You got some music out already, gentlemen, with some streams on there. Do you have anything new that you're cooking or want to launch, or what's your next moves as far as new music looking like, or where are you guys kind of in that world right now?
Well, we've put out singles for the last couple of years. We really took the time and just worried about playing live for a while. I mean,
Mhm.
getting good, learning these songs. We went in and recorded them once. We didn't like what we come out with. Just for some reason, we just backed out. Said, "Hey, let's do it again."
No, that's
Because we had
relatable.
had time to cook on these songs for the last little while, and we have a
Mhm.
batch. And now I think it helped create more. But we most definitely are ready to get some music out. And this Wednesday,
Let's go.
February the 4th, we got Better and Some Worse Than Others. And it's the title track to our first full length. And so it comes out Wednesday, and y'all go stream it. That's for sure.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
heard it over here. We got new music coming out. What is it, the 4th you said? So 2 days. That countdown
Few
Yeah,
that's
days
coming
two
up
away.
quick.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Go
And then
Yeah,
pre-save.
great
sober.
great great timing. It's almost like
Yeah.
it's almost like all these things came together in your
What a
favor, you know?
coincidence. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. I love how it all came together, and we also yeah, it's pretty cool. We've been chatting behind the scenes over here. These guys are definitely bringing a lot forward. I feel like 2025, you guys have seemed pretty amped about the year ahead, so I'm pretty
Mhm.
excited to see all the cooking going down over there.
Yeah.
'Cause, you have at least a couple. You guys you're busy already, and it's only getting, it's February. It's only the beginning of the year, and you've already got a Bird's Nest show. And is it North Springs? What else you guys got that like shows you got coming up? Soul Gravy wanted to talk about it too. He's in the comments over here. He's the cat the cat is away and not away at the same time.
There it is.
Uh,
Nah,
awesome.
we've got
He's
we got
pumped about
Bird's
your
Nest.
shows.
We got the Bird's Nest coming up. And that's
Yeah.
we're going to, I guess you'd say, cook on that. We're going to record a live record that night. We're trying to we want to put out, like I said, we've honed in on our live show, and that's what we kind of push the most. And I just love live records, so no better place to do it at than at the Bird's Nest.
Amen.
So we're going to go in. We got West Ship opening the show, and
Love
we
it.
got some local guys down here I'm good friends with. They're like family, and they're called the Wandering Willows, and they're fixing to come out with a new record this year, and so. Uh, Bird's Nest is going to be a really great
Great. You
time.
guys are about to blow
We're
that
looking
roof off.
forward to it. We really are. So And then we got Morris Farms. That's one on the books, and a few others up in
Well, Bird's
Tennessee.
Nest is what, February 21st?
21st, yeah.
Yeah, you get tickets now. So yeah, we're ready for the Bird's Nest. That's one of my favorite places to play. I think that Sean and Carla have done a great job up there. I love that place.
Yeah, I've never heard not one single grumbling of any negative anything, and I know they've worked with so many people and have had put on so many shows, and not a single bad thing has been said.
Yeah.
First time we played there was with the Comancheros, Steph. That
I
was
love those guys.
kind of got our
Yeah.
foot in the
See,
door
we
up
just,
there.
you know, Michael and the boys, shout out to the Comancheros.
Yes.
Good
Yeah.
guys.
They pumped a lot of life into my situation for sure. Those are good people. It's good people
I
right
love
there.
those boys. Tanner, John, they're all good guys.
Yeah. So what else did you say? I feel like I cut you off somewhere along the way. So you got the Bird's Nest,
Yep.
Morse, was it Morse? Morse Farms?
Morris Farms. I can't remember exactly where it's at. And then we got some dates up in Kentucky. A few other shows that's coming on. Some Alabama shows we're working on right now. We just took a lot of time and been working on pushing the record out, getting content. So these past 2 months, we've been doing a few shows, but we'll be getting amped up. We're fixing to launch some shows here soon for summertime, which we'll do some big local shows. I think we just got in Fort O, we got a pretty good, I think a July date we just booked this week.
Yeah, it's July
And we've
17th
been
with
trying to get
Remembering
into more
January.
festivals and get into more like more events for for cities and stuff. And we've just enjoyed that, And
Yeah, they've got we got someone in the comments saying that they can't wait for Bird's Nest. So you got
yeah, come
Joseph,
on.
you'll
Wow.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bring all
let's
your
go.
friends. Let's do it. Now, we were
That's
talking about
right.
Morris Farms there, Steph. Zach was bringing that
Uh-huh.
up. That's in close to the Outer Banks, North Carolina. And I
Nice.
believe, if I'm not mistaken, Zach, we were talking about that being one of the first places that Oliver Anthony, when he first hit the scene not too long ago, came and played. And I think
Oh yeah,
Jamie
yeah.
Johnson showed up there with him. Remember?
Yeah,
Aren't we
I think
talking
that's
about
what that
that?
guy was
Yeah.
telling. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a pretty cool place. So.
Heck yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. I'm excited you guys got some stuff rolling in. And of course, it's like I said, it's February. So we already got some really cool stuff to talk about coming up this year. And it's pretty cool that, we can keep working through the winter. It's cool that music doesn't really stop for nothing too
Yeah.
much.
No,
Well,
that's a blessing, that's for sure.
yeah. Yeah, for sure. So what else, do you guys have anything that you feel like when we're talking about, I always like talking about venues because I feel like a lot of the bigger stages and the bigger um like huge stages a lot of people know about because they're big enough to travel to, so all kinds of people know about these bigger venues. But I think the Bird's Nest, I think word is getting out on the Bird's Nest. I don't think it's such a well kept secret anymore. But are there any other venues like that that you guys feel were kind of little gems in your come up that you want to kind of shout out or like talk about? I feel like for me, maybe as an artist, I just have like a soft spot for a few of the spots that kind of took a chance on me and like allowed me to kind of find my footing and such. And not everybody hears about those venues, so I like to talk about it when we got a little bit of a platform.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely there's a few, bigger ones you would say, the Shed. Man, I love
Oh
Jay,
yeah.
all the guys over there. That
Mhm.
was one of the places, man, that helped us gain a
Yeah.
fan base in the Southeast for sure,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, there's been a few, Grant's Lounge. I
Mhm.
like Grant's
Okay.
Lounge and, um, let's see, Smith's Old Bar down in Atlanta, and places have been good to us. I'll tell you another place, Tony's was a good one for us for a little while,
Where's
they
that one
helped us.
at?
That was in McCaysville. Um,
Nice.
when Josh and Emily and them ran it, we loved it, and
Mhm.
That was one that helped us. We've done our first shows with some of like Conteros, them Dirty Roses and
Yeah.
stuff there. They were gracious enough to let us come and join them. So that
Robert
helped
John and
us.
the Wreck and the Kentucky
Yeah, Robert
Headhunters.
John, the Wreck,
We,
man, those guys are
yeah.
killer too. Love those boys. So yeah,
We just
there's a
come out of
few
a
that.
show. Sorry, Zach. We just
No, you
come out
go
of a
ahead.
show with at Mad Life. I mean, Mad Life Stage and Studios has been real good to us. They're down in Woodstock, Georgia. Like Zach said, the Shed, Toonies, all of those were really, really good to us. I was trying to think. Yeah, the Bird's Nest.
All the listening
Was
rooms.
excited to
Yeah.
go to Waverly up there to the Market Street listening room, but we got iced out
Yeah.
the other
Oh,
weekend. So
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, they got still a lot of folks in Nashville without power and stuff.
I
How'd
know.
you guys
Yeah.
do for that storm? You guys weren't traveling really none, were you? Or did you have anything that was affected by that storm?
We somehow come out good. I was actually down in Panama for a few days doing some songwriter shows.
Nice.
And but it was still cold. It was 30 degrees down there. So I
That's
come back,
crazy.
man. Yeah, it was a good time though, and come back and we were
Are you wearing a bird's
no,
nest listening hat right now, Zach?
I am. I wear this hat all the time.
Heck yeah.
So when I bought it from Sean,
Let's go.
I was at North Springs Music
Subtle.
Festival, and I was like, "Hey man, I need that hat. Give me that hat right there." And I have wore this one. All the rest of them are still put up. I've been wearing this
I
one since
just
North
noticed
Springs.
that.
Yeah, but yeah, and I got let's see, the Dirty Gospel here. Some boys out of Tennessee up in the Maryville area. Garrett and the boys, go check them guys out. So
Yeah. Because I think
shout
what's
outs.
really
You
cool.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what I think is really cool about you guys is you do definitely lean towards that rock and roll. You lean towards, for sure, you're in a rock and roll lane, no doubt about it. But the music and like your lyrics are just they resonate. They're very relatable, like just good, easy listening, just good music, just good rock and roll. Do you feel like you have like changed since 2021 as far as your sound or evolved, and how do you kind of balance that when you've got kind of a whole band? Because as a single artist, it's me for, if I want to change something, I just change something. I don't really have to get anybody else on board. How do you guys navigate that? Because, just I think as players and as people, we change over time. How is that, if it has at all, changed your music along the way?
I think the biggest change for me is I got sober and quit drinking, and it lightened my heart some. For the first few years, I was kind of more of the outlaw with a bottle of whiskey in hand and a cigarette on the headstock, And now I've kind of, I quit drinking about a year and a half ago, and I've wrote a lot of more lighter in stuff, and it's clear, to write in that state of mind, of course, But for me, that's where my change has been, is spiritually, searching for uh, things and just kind of becoming a lighter note of a person that walks around, I guess you would say,
Ooh, that was pretty poetic there, Zach. A
Deep,
lighter
man.
note of
It
a
was
person.
good.
Oof.
I thought I could have
Oof,
been hanging
right.
out with Joe for 5 years.
I know.
Give me credit. You got it going on. He's got some good ones coming out, Steph, that he's come up with. Nothing Grows on
Yeah.
a Rolling Stone. Be looking for that in the future. And my favorite is a new one he come out with. Introduced it not too long ago, called Not by Chance. Those might wind up being on the live record at Bird's Nest. You think, Zach?
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Ooh, you
we've
got
already. See, the thing is we put down a full length this past few months, and that's what we're releasing is our first full length. But in that
which
time
is
we've been
baller,
together.
guys. You should be super proud. I don't just skip
Well,
over that part. That's huge. Albums are no joke. I feel like
yeah, it's
we hear maybe in the music industry, and as probably folks that are chiming in are either musicians or in the music industry themselves, or they love music. But like an album is an extreme amount of hard work and like just so much dedication. One song getting put out is a very large act. So an album is just like something you should be super proud of.
Yeah, huge thanks to
That's
like
all.
Dylan. Yeah, huge thanks to Dylan Rush. Man, he has found our sound. We have like one song that was getting add some horns today. That's one of the later releases. That was the only song that was left to be worked on, and everything else is done. But we wanted to add horns. We kept listening to that song. All right, man, we got to add something to this song.
Let's
So
go.
So I just got saxophone and stuff on this on a song called She Lied. And Dylan, we went into this recording. I said, Dylan, I want to do something that hits all aspects, and we write kind of from all different aspects. And I've got guys like James and Jason that kind of like they're into heavier music. Joe is more of a classic country blues player and likes more classic stuff, which I am too. And those guys love it too. It's just everybody's got their niche. And so this record, you're going to get to hear things like Better in Some Worse Than Others is rock and roll. That song is about coming back home to Georgia, getting back home to the girls, with some blackberry smoke on the radio, and so we're ready for people to hear that on Wednesday. But then the next song that's coming out is complete steel guitar country, called Sober
Let's
Today.
go.
And then today with the horn song, it's like a Louisiana kind of like swing thing we just love creating different aspects. I think that's what we like about One for the Road is it gives us where like, all right, I'm not just an artist that plays just country music, or I want to do it all. I love all walks of music, and the rest of us guys do too, from soul R&B to blues to country to heavy metal, Pantera. I mean, we're 90s kids. I am, and I
Well,
love
if
all
you
music.
and Zach, if you and Chase Baker ever get that song done, there might even be a little bit of rap in there if we could just time it just right.
Let's go. I think
but
that's what's so cool about music is like, I don't know, it's art and nothing but good has ever really come from just making more music and trying new things and doing more things and pushing more limits and bending more lines and blurring more lines. I think it's all good for the world. So I'm all about it. I love it when people take the rails and the chains off themselves and the buff, the blocks. What do they call
Right.
that in bowling? The bumpers. Take the bumpers off,
That's right.
yeah, take
Think
the
out of the
bumpers.
box. Outside of the box. That's right.
Take it right outside. Screw it.
Yeah, I most definitely think artists need to make music or make their art for themselves and then present it to the world. Don't make it for the world, make it for yourself and then present it to the world.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It sounds like you guys did that on that album. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna so it's gonna be singles out. We got the first one coming out in 2 days, so nobody's gonna miss that. We're fresh on that starting off 2026 right out the gate. How many singles are on the album you said?
So we got 8 songs coming out on this. And then,
Let's go.
like I said, we're going to go to Bird's Nest and hopefully do the live record there. As long as the weather acts right, it's been crazy lately.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So as long as we can get up there, and I think we're going to put a full live record out, and then we're going to put a second record out. We're just going to start. We're going to start snowballing it now.
Yeah, I feel like that's exactly what it takes. It takes a little time to kind of like get your bearings, start to build your village, figure yourselves out, figure the world, your circle and your place, and then just go. And then just gas pedal. We got Joseph in the comments saying he's pretty sure you wore that hat to another venue, and then he said, "Sober today is a jam. Sober today is a jam."
Yeah,
So
man.
Joseph's been creeping.
Yeah, bull.
Joseph, are you a paid actor, Joseph?
Yeah, Sober Today, I wrote that song before I got sober, and I kept singing it every night, and I was like, oh, and other reasons, you get a
Mhm.
drink and you're like, I need to quit, and finally, just a day woke up and it was like, I'm done. Like, I don't want, and I haven't had a drink since. I don't know why. I just woke up and said, I'm done. And, um, I wrote that before that, and it was kind of I guess it was my wake up call. It was weirdly, I wrote a song to wake up Zach, and it was like, hey man, you singing that song every night, but you ain't living it, and that was kind of a game changer for me. And that's so that song means a lot to me. It'll be coming out here in the next about month and a half. We're fixing to launch the date on it, and we've been working on content for it. So just trying to keep up with the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I know. Someone said something, and I wish I could remember their name so I could like give them credit for this information right now. But it's like another person that dabbles in management in the music industry, and they were like, um, if you were in 2026 going to start, you have a tire company or a vehicle company, you're making tires, you're not going to look at technology from 1910 to put into your new company in 2026. You're going to look for the greatest cool, whatever's evolutionized in 2026 and use the most efficient tools at your fingertips today. And it's kind of the same thing with any business. If you're running a business and there's a better way to market, you can why are you fighting it? Just adapt that into your business plan and keep it trucking. As it's tricky. I think social media literally forces us to look at ourselves. And I think that's the part that is tricky for musicians. Artists, art brains don't like it. We like looking out at people. We don't like looking at ourselves. That's why we don't.
Ourselves.
That's why we write. Get out of here. We try to get out of these heads, not stare at them.
Agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I could shut all my social media, my personal social media stuff off and be happy. I would never,
Yo, did you see that Grammys commercial where the guy was like, they were playing a game or something, I don't know, and the guy's phone goes off. He goes, "Oh, hang on, let me put this on silent," and then he takes a hammer to it. I died. I was like, I've never really. He just smashes it with a hammer. He's like, "Hold on, let me put this on silent." Smashes it. And I was
That's
like,
how I
that is the
feel
most relatable
that's how I feel
feeling.
on Weekly Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I just want to throw mine in a river, never look
yeah,
back. But it is a great tool. Do you guys
it
think it's
is.
like hard? How have you been navigating? I feel like we're all on this together. I'm sure there's other musicians listening.
I think you got to get over the fact of looking stupid.
Yeah.
Isn't that? I feel stupid. I go, well, I always like looking at watching my videos. I'm like, oh my God,
I have to get
But
my personal children to run mine for me. I'm like, hey, this won't work. I grew up in the 80s, so I'm probably a little bit older than both of y'all, and we didn't have cell
Yeah, I'm
phones.
an
It
80s
was
baby. Don't get it
yeah.
twisted.
Was born in 81. I mean, I grew up, playing in the woods, playing in the creek, doing this and that, and I don't feel like my children, my personal children, are having the childhood that I had.
Yeah.
Hard to get them off their devices and get them outside, but I do see its perks. We do need it for business, for musicians. It's great, to get your
Mhm.
brand out there to everybody. Um, but Zach and Jathan know more about it. They handle more of that end than I do. So
Yeah, that probably circles back to having a team, like just having things that other people are
right,
and like can try to tackle or take on and just divide and conquer, really.
yeah, we've been building a team lately, and you know, and well, and so I think it's been nice to see like different people look in and go, hey, I think what you're doing is great, but try this or try that, and
Right.
I think it's
constructive
like,
criticism.
yeah, and I think it helps grow because if you're not willing to learn a little bit, it can really damper your path to success or whatever you want to call it, because I feel
Yeah.
to be coachable, It's just like when you were in school playing football, basketball. You had to be coachable if you want to be a good player.
Oh, drop
And
it on him, Zach. Drop it on him. This is gonna hurt
I
some
don't
feelings
know,
out
but
here.
like I feel like that's us. Especially learn social media and everything else. You gotta. I'm all the time learning how to run some stupid ad. It's like what? What am I doing? But I mean, at this time, you gotta when you're all independent, baby.
Yeah. You need to get a hold of some of those bloopers, Steph. It'll crack you up. Yeah. Some of
That
those bloopers.
maybe
Yeah.
that's the whole. You're just gonna market the entire album just on bloopers alone. There will.
Yeah, Zach, when we're doing Shine and Zach's out there and Jathan's filming him and he's clapping. You remember Zach?
Yeah.
And Jathan said, just do this a whole bunch. Remember?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
Well, now you got to post that one. Yeah, I hope you didn't delete
Yeah.
it.
The thing
I
is,
thought you didn't post it.
no, we did. I'm only 30 years old, but I'm not a very good tech. I can barely get my amp to work at night. You know what I'm saying? Hook all my stuff up right, not had no problems. And so here they got me running the whole social media thing. And I'm like, all right, well,
It's so relatable, though. I guarantee you, there's musicians out here checking this out because that's that it's such a relatable thing, and I think that's for me a part of why I liked. That's why I liked living in Nashville, and that's why I like going to festivals. Is you have a chance to talk to other artists and other bands. And there's been like times when I've been at festivals and like, an artist has come to me that like I look up to, a bigger band than my eyes, and they're like, "Oh, we lost Zach. Come on back to us, Zach."
Where'd he go?
We lost
There he is.
But it's like sometimes I'll hear from a bigger band and they'll be like, "Man, sometimes I just want to strangle my band members. Like I love them and we're gonna get through this, but like, god dang." And I'm like, "Yo, that's so relatable. Like, wait, you at that level want to sometimes smack your band? Like, I thought I was failing. That was a sign of failure to me. But when you're around other musicians and you can kind of talk about that relatable stuff, like how like much of a learning curve social media is, you watch these people doing it so well and it looks like it's easy and it's just not. It's not. There's so much to the smoke and mirrors we're putting on over here.
I mean, my brother plays in the band. That tells you how sometimes it goes,
Sometimes I swear, like I wonder what there go his tech problems. Joseph says, because you dipped out. You just finished being like, "Yo, I'm not that tech savvy," and then boop, your camera goes down.
There we go.
The perfect timing, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course. It's for the plot. He's doing it for the plot.
This is your chance, Zach. Talk about how many times you wanted to put a pump knot on our heads. Yeah, in the band.
Oh yeah. No, I got good guys. We all have to have. Somebody has to go, "Hey man, you getting gear," or the other one has to go, "Hey man, getting gear." Every once in a while. And
yeah. No, at what age is it not appropriate to just put your brother in a headlock? Because I feel like I still could take my little brother. Like he's grown. He's got to be 36, 37 now. But I feel like I could still rock him. I really feel like I could, and I really want to sometimes. But like, I don't know. At a certain point, it becomes a little ratchet. I would let.
Well, me and Jathan are like 10 years apart. So he's.
You can definitely take him, is what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I don't.
I'm starting to get a little older.
Don't say. You better watch it.
He's pretty big boy now.
He's bigger than I am.
I'm scared of him.
Me talking little brother anymore.
Well, we don't got to talk about it. How do you guys
take him? I'll take him. Yeah, I'd have to stretch first, but I'd get him.
He's a good boy.
Yeah. Yes, it's having just bands is
James
like such a blessing.
Our drummer James, he's just as big as Jathan, so I mean it's kind of like having two security guards at all times. Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to stay on their good side, I guess, huh?
Yeah, that's the heaviest rhythm section.
Or like form an alliance with one or the other before you tick off the one you're going for.
Let them talk, Steph. It's me. I'm the boss.
I feel like
The
Joe is just
smallest
gonna come in
one,
there with
yeah.
straight up
The
daddy vibes,
smallest
like, "All right,
one.
guys, enough."
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Joe's most definitely like dad of the band for sure. All right, let's
Yeah,
think about
that's an
this
important
before.
job right there.
Yeah, let's think about this before we say what we're saying we're gonna say about this situation. Let's think about it. Let's use some different adjectives, yeah.
We're at an 8. If we can bring it on down to, like, a 4 or a 5, that'd be good, guys.
That would be good. Yeah,
I
that'd be
love it.
great.
No, that's relatable too. Relatable too. Yeah, because it's tricky. Well, I'm excited. We got tons of stuff to talk about. I'm glad we've had a chance to talk about a whole bunch of it. Is there anything else you guys want to chat about, like show wise coming up, or anything you're excited about, or any just like general one for the road knowledge you want to drop on us?
Just be watching out for the music coming out. We're gonna throw some full videos out like on YouTube. We just got back our Mad Life thing, so there, go watch that. We're fixing to drop a 40-minute set at Mad Life. Check that out.
That'll be
Be
on
on
Just be
YouTube,
listening
or
YouTube.
are
to
you
music.
dropping that?
Share us for your friends. Share the music, and go listen to it. And we're gonna be pumping out some new dates here soon, and
Yeah.
just
And we're still
we're stoked
booking,
for
so,
people to hear the
you
record for
know.
sure.
Yeah.
So if there's
And you guys
anybody out
you
there,
guys have
any
already
venues
opened
out
up
there.
for a bunch of legends like Marshall Tucker Band, and
Mhm.
nobody anybody heard of, just the legendary Marshall Tucker Band. Do you guys have any other is there any other folks that are like would be a dream come true to open for, or folks that have kind of like really inspired you that would be full circle if you ever got to be on a festival lineup with, or like be an opener for? Is there any cats that kind of like jump out when I ask that question, come to mind?
I tell you, I would say for me, it'd be like Jamie Johnson. Like
Ooh, yeah.
that's the man right there.
Yeah, you kind of resemble him right now with that long hair and your beard got going on.
When I first started picking a guitar when I was 13,
Is that when your beard
when
came in? It was like
that's when the beard come in. Yeah. It wasn't very long after that. That Lonesome Song record come out, and I learned every song on it and all the black and white albums. Um, and so Jamie's always been one of my favorites. And a lot of my other people, they're gone, like Waylon and Merle Haggard,
yeah.
and you know, um, so
Yeah, I think it's so cool too, like when you mention the legends like Waylon, how they were really progressive for their time, and really took a lot of heat for people calling Waylon not country. They didn't like that he was putting electric guitars into country music, and it was a little too much rock, and they weren't really liking his direction he was taking things in. And look at now we're calling him a staple of country music. So it's kind of just proof, kind of like what you were saying before, is just make music. Just
I
make
think also
music the way you want to make it, and just stay true to yourself. I think it's pretty cool to see artists that are doing that, especially rock and roll, and pushing the lines a little bit.
I think everybody just needs to do what. Don't worry about what they all say. Just do you. You know.
Amen.
When we started the band, I told the guys, I said, let's not put no boxes on nothing. Um, I love all walks of music. The rest of the guys do. And that's like, you listen to them talk, like Waylon was a songbird and he would cover people's stuff. And I love songwriters today that, I have a lot of them that I sit and listen to. And, like Adam Hood and Brent Cobb and all these guys,
Yeah.
man. Oh, dude, like they have such great way of imagination to put on paper. And like, I love that. And so a lot of guys like Willie and all them, I enjoy just songwriting. I think is my favorite part of doing this whole
Mhm.
thing is getting the right songs and bring them to the table and create. And I love going out and playing live shows. but that creative space is like good for my health. You know, like
Yeah.
when you're in that zone of like, I have to ride every day. And I think James Otto, that I seen a video of him the other day on here, he was talking about, you know, you got to show up every single day and ride, you know. And I think that's what it takes to be great riders, you know, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to work towards. I know that's what Joe and the rest of the guys, we just want to continue to get better, you know, and I think we have. You know, this whole new batch of songs that we've started playing live. I think you can see a little bit of maturity. I hear maturity in my own ears. You know, for what I'm writing about, how the music is, you know, put together. You know, you can just tell a little bit of difference. One of my favorite records that we talk about sometimes is Blackberry Smoke's first record when they come out. It was very rawish. It was raw rock and roll,
Yeah.
and I love
Look at
seeing.
them. They've been a band for 30 years, 30 something.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Go ahead,
it's
Zach. Sorry.
no, you're good. Um, it's been 20 plus years. But um, just to hear the difference in them and like difference in other bands, like the progression, you know, and I think that's what's cool when I follow bands the way that I follow. I put a record on still, you know. I don't.
Yeah.
When I turn my music on going down the road, I put on a record. I put on a full album. I don't really do the whole jumping around all the time, you know. And I just like listening to things by full piece. And
Hmm.
I wish people was still that way because I feel like music is kind of like a background noise at sometimes, you know. And
Yeah.
used to the way I remember all my older cousins and my dad and them when they were younger talk about it. Everybody sat down and listened to a record, you know, on Saturday night. You know, what's your favorite record? We get pizza, you know, and I wish it was that way now, you know, and I try to make it that way, you know. And for me anyways, you know, I know we live in such a busy
Yeah.
world, but I do love listening to records by the piece.
Yeah. We should. That's like kind of inspiring. That I haven't really thought about it like that in a hot minute. Zach, you got me thinking here now of like really the last time I listened to like a full album. Like I'll usually if I it's like someone I know or I'm like looking forward to a specific album, I'll listen to it. But like if I'm just listening to music, I just throw on some radio mix usually of stuff I'm already listening to. But a lot of times, albums we talked about this earlier. Albums are no small feat. You don't just throw
Mm.
together an album. It's like no, there's so much work that goes behind it that you really have to care about what you're creating in order for it to exist at all. No
Yeah.
album is
Sometimes,
casually made. There's no.
sometimes they tell a full story too if you listen to the
Yeah,
whole album. I think it was weren't we discussing the Steelwoods, Zach?
yeah,
Um, where Wes and them were talking about how they wanted the whole album, each song to tell a different part of the story, kind of like it would
yeah.
be episodes to a TV show or something. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
most
it's
definitely.
it's and just like an evolution, like you guys are it's not just the songs just go in order. Like you guys are choosing as the artists and as the creators what order these songs will go on in the album, and I really, you know what, I should go listen to some albums. It's kind of good good note, I was kind of sleeping on that for a little while. And like I wondered too, like when you play a show, you know how you always have just house music on? You
Mm-hmm.
should just put like a whole album on and let people just really
Yeah,
dive into
come
something,
on. Yeah,
you
I
know?
think like planning the show out, you know, when we do the show. That was one thing. If you notice, like at the beginning of the show, it's more harder rock. It's kind of like in your face for the first 45 minutes, you know, and then the last other 40 minutes, um, it's kind of like, I guess, the redemption part, you know, the coming through, you know, going getting sober and stuff. I kind of thought about that when we put together the set list this year. Was kind of to show and talk and put a, you know, the hard
Mhm.
times, and there's always good times, you know, and then just so that's what I think about. That's why I like some records, you know, because that's how it is. It could be like from dark to light, you know, and um that's what I do for our show. That's how I try to imagine talking to people is, this is the way it was and this is the way it is now.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, that'd be cool. Is that what you guys are cooking for Bird's Nest with that live album? I'm sure you've thought about the order and stuff. So whoever's in attendance for that one is in for a whole session, which is, from what I understand, the whole point of the Bird's Nest is are trying to bring like that peaceful, safe environment for the stories, not,
Wow.
and really encouraging that listening room vibe. What's your guys' favorite when it comes to all that stuff? Or there's a mix. I feel like there's always a mix of like kind of those small venues that we talked about that are like the ones that maybe have a little piece of your heart that helped you get started. And then there's like listening rooms, and then there's like honky tonks, and then there's like festivals, and then there's kind of like the listening rooms, which I can't remember if I mentioned already. What's your like, if you could build a perfect tour, I guess it would change probably depending on your MO for the time being, but if you could build like a ratio of like, I don't know, 20% listening rooms, 5% festivals, what would your like tour life be if you guys could just build it out perfect? What stuff would you do the most or look for the most?
Most definitely, listening rooms, festivals, community events. We play a lot in the bars, still. And I think that our music needs to be there also, so in the honky tonk still, anywhere that'll have us, we just want to spread our word to anybody and everybody that wants to listen, I don't care what size stage it is. I'm going to tell you my story, and hopefully that helps out. And I hope you have a good night. And Joe feels the same way. I mean, we just love being able to create what we do, and whatever festivals, venues that won't have us, we'll take it and go in there and give the folks our best,
Mm-hmm. I think that's what's like so captivating for me and what draws me to you guys. And I feel like kind of why we've stuck around is like you're just super genuine, and and it's it comes across really easily because I think because it's just so naturally genuine. You don't have to work hard to see that side of you. You don't have to exaggerate it for it to be seen. It's just so obvious. And I know that comes out in your music, and you guys have like relentless work ethic where we've seen you out and about quite a bit. An album is a huge feat. So it's like I really feel like that rock and roll music is kind of having a little bit of a comeback, and I'm here for it. Someone mentioned in the comments, Joe mentioned in the comments, like Treaty Oak Revival. He was mentioning how their album is different if you listen to the album versus listening to songs we were talking about earlier. And it's like that rock and roll music, there's such a great place for it. And here's a great example of a band that's taking it serious, doing the work, bringing it forward, putting their egos aside, getting out there, pushing their music, working hard to share it. And I'm excited that I get to be a little piece of that on platforms like this, and kind of helping you guys out behind the scenes too. I'm really blessed and thankful for my learning and learning a lot about kind of the booking and all the tour managing stuff, so that I can work with great bands like you guys and to watch you grow. Really, I'm excited. I'm excited to see you grow, and I'm excited for hopefully for some new folks to find you out here that can follow the journey too, because it's no joke, and it's a long time coming, and it's hard work, and really genuine work. And I think that's what music industry can never. No AI could ever replace that. So, the best way to fight AI in the music industry is to follow great bands that are being super authentic and genuine and vulnerable, and keeping at it like you guys. So great, like stewards to the community.
That's very sweet of you, Steph, and we appreciate you and everything that you've done to help us and inviting us on the podcast.
Yeah, I
We
know.
really appreciate it. So
This has been super fun. We've got probably about like 5 more minutes for a power hour. If anybody has any questions that they want to got any questions in the chat they want to pop in, we got about 5 minutes for any of those. But I feel like I have like kind of, you want just like some rapid fire questions we can hit up for a little bit, see if they spark anything.
Let's go.
All right, all
Yeah.
right, all right. Where do we start? You get them found and I'll make them look good. All right. Joseph's down to clown. He's here to support you guys too. He's saying.
Oh,
I guess maybe that's the question, because this is we don't, the Texas to Tennessee podcast has worked hard and they're on every platform. Is there a platform that you like better if you had to choose, like TikTok or YouTube? Quick answer. Which one is it?
YouTube.
YouTube. What about you, Joe?
I would say YouTube. I mean, I'm more familiar with it than I am the others, although TikTok's
He's
growing on me.
lost on TikTok.
I still like it.
Oh, oh goodness, you're it's giving me a warning about Zach, but about your storage on your phone, Zach. Do you have a lot of pictures on there?
Oh yeah, well
You been shooting content, buddy?
too much. No.
Well, if it cuts you off, bud, we'll just have to trust everything Joe tells us from here on out. You're still with
There
us.
you go.
You're still with us for now. All right, Nashville or LA? Have you guys been to LA, or have any, even just going on assumptions if you haven't? Just like a rapid fire.
I mean, I've been to LA. Nashville is where I would go. I mean, because I didn't really fit in LA. I thought it was beautiful. I loved it. And I just went on vacation. I didn't go out there to play anything or, play anywhere. We took a cruise down to the backside of Mexico. My family and I did. And we landed in Los Angeles and stayed there for a day or so. Beautiful. Love California. But Tennessee, is more me, so the mountains.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I like I'm a little biased. I like Nashville too. I just think there's just a lot of creatives in one place, and for that reason I'm forever in. But LA is similar. LA is definitely similar. Are you guys soda or pop folks out there in
Oh,
Georgia?
everything's Coke, isn't it?
You
You
just
got
call
Coke,
everything a
no
Coke?
matter what it is.
Some Georgia bullshit right there.
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, Coca-Cola was founded in Atlanta, so I guess that's probably why that happened. But yeah, don't call it
Yeah.
pop, and don't usually call it soda. I probably call it some soda before I call it pop, I guess. So
Yeah. Well, the last question that they always ask on Texas to Tennessee, um, I've been holding out on it. We've got our last question. It's just tradition, and I feel like I'm super thankful for the Texas to Tennessee platform, and super thankful for them having me on board, and super thankful for folks like you who want to hang out with me for
amen.
a little bit of time. And I really appreciate those guys. I really, really believe in their mission. They're really just trying to bring a platform to any and all artists because they really believe in it, and I think that's great. And so I'm super proud to be a part of the team and excited to be here. And so thank you to Texas to Tennessee. Thank you to One for the Road. As you guys heard, there's new music coming out, an entire album's worth of new music coming out soon for these guys. They've got some top tier shows coming soon, and they're booking more as we go forward into the year. So you're not too late to hop on board this train and to follow them and see some great artists grow, because I know they're going to. Do you guys have anything else you want to shout out, or any other moments before I ask this final question in true Texas to Tennessee style?
Can
No,
y'all still
just
see
like to
me?
say thank you again, Seth. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course. It's been fun. We had a fun hour here. This is really, really cool. We get to do stuff like this. What a cool job we got going on here, guys.
Can
But
y'all hear
all
me and
right.
see me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you're
with us,
there.
Zach. You troubleshooted.
Okay. Well, yeah, just say
He
thank you
survived
to
survived.
Soul Gravy and you for letting us come on here and push our stuff, and y'all keep it up, man. I love watching the Texas Tennessee podcast, seeing all the writers and other artists that come on here. I think it's awesome what you guys are doing, and keep it up. I love watching the show. So, and thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, heck yeah. Well, cool. Well, the last question, guys. It all comes down to this. Your favorite Little Debbie snack. If you could only choose one, which one are you guys grabbing? Which one's going in the tour truck?
Gingerbread
Little
man.
Debbie, what sweet treat are you going for?
You say gingerbread?
Mine's gingerbread
Gingerbread.
man. That's mine. Yeah, come on.
No,
It's only
Swiss
seasonal
rolls.
now here.
Don't touch the Swiss
You a
rolls. now.
pumpkin
They're
spice
Swiss
kind of
rolls.
man?
I do like a good pumpkin roll.
I'd get stuck in your beard and you couldn't even see it. Yeah.
I know. Is that why? You said the ginger one. I want the ginger one.
Yeah, come on.
No,
Classic.
Swiss rolls
What
for
about
me.
you, Joe?
Yeah,
What is
Swiss
it?
Swiss
rolls.
roll.
Swiss
Swiss
rolls, yeah.
Or
I
Nutty
probably had too
Buddies.
many of
I'm a
them.
Nutty Buddy guy.
Oh
They're
yeah,
all good.
Joseph's
That's
in
the
the
hard
comments. He
questions
said
now.
zebra cakes.
Oh, yeah, those are good too. That's a hard question there now.
I know.
They're all so good.
Take all of them.
That's right.
Before I
Just go down the aisle, rank them all.
you
in
asked
the
that,
buggy.
before I started playing music for a living, I used to do stonemason work, and I built a big patio out in the front yard of Little Debbie's owner's house. So
You know where Little Debbie lives.
I know where Little Debbie lives.
Is that how he paid you? Was it all them Debbie cakes?
That's how he knows there's ginger ones. He's like, I've seen them.
Yeah.
That's what I would have said. Fudge rounds. Whole truck.
They have a beautiful. What's crazy is you could walk up to the front door of their house, man, and it was like a 13, 14 foot door, like probably a 12-foot door, I guess. But you'd open that door. I mean, it was like, what? This is crazy. Beautiful home, though. They're awesome people.
Let's go. We can talk about what that address is here off camera, Zach. We can go
I could remember. It's been years. I couldn't even
check
take
it
it to
out.
It's been so long.
If anything happens at Little Debbie's house, it was not us, okay?
I don't know if they have Little Debbie's on site. I think you got to go to Little Debbie for that. I didn't say nothing laying around.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thanks again to Texas to Tennessee and anybody chiming in and anybody hanging out and supporting musicians and artists, especially independent guys and gals out here in the industry. So thank you so much. Appreciate this time. Really grateful for this platform in general and to be able to share it with such great artists. We'll see you guys on the next one. I believe Soul Gravy will be live tomorrow night and probably a whole bunch more than that. They're still catching up from Mile Zero Fest. So super excited to see all the interviews that are coming out of there that they are starting to drop. So you guys stay tuned. Lots of good stuff. Good evening, gentlemen. And if you guys happen to miss the front end of this or the tail end of this, the entire episode will be on Spotify and YouTube and Facebook as well, and shared on all platforms. So you guys didn't miss anything. Just chime in here soon and catch the full video. Well, cheers, guys. Have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with us.
You
Thank
guys,
y'all.
God bless.
Appreciate you.